Om. Om.
ॐ शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवत् गीते भवद्वेषिणीम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः।
Bhagavad Gita, Bhasya, chapter 18, verse 48. Please read the verse 48.
सहजं कर्म कौन्तेय सदोषमपि न त्यजेत् सर्वारम्भा हि दोषेण धूमेनाग्निरिवावृताः।
An ignorant person should never give up the karmas. Karmas here referred to in the Shastras, the daily duties, etc. Even if it is defective, better take to it. At the same time, don't take to the performance of karmas of other varnas because it is bhayavaha. It is fraught with many fears like hell, etc. At the same time, an ignorant person cannot totally give up karma, and therefore, because of these three reasons, ignorant person should discharge one's duties, perform one's karma anushtana. In this context, Bhashyakara wants to highlight or establish that your concept of Atma may be whatever you may think of. In this context, we are not going to argue with that. In the context, we have asserted. Here, we are not questioning. You tell whatever is the nature of your Atma is. In spite of that, karma is inevitable for an ignorant person. Here, a discussion is going to now start. First question was, the Atma that you are thinking of, is it always Chalanatmaka, Kriyatmaka, always active in nature, like the gunas of Sankhyas? The gunas, Sattva gunas, Rajoguna, Tapoguna of Sankhya are ever changing. Like that, is it Atma so? Here one thing, this particular question is not about the Sankhya. Sankhya Mata is going to come. Only the guna Sankhya is given as the illustration. Just as the gunas of Sankhya always change, do you say that Atma also is Kriyatmaka, changing and undergoes body changes, etc.? In that case, the nature of Atma is Kriyatmaka. How can one give up the karmas totally? Not possible. Number two, do you mean to say that Kriya itself is Karaka? Kriya, action itself is a Karta, doer, Atma. Means what? Atma and Kriya are inseparable. How can you get it out? This is, of course, the Kshanika Vijnanavadis, Bauddha's Mata. The third Mata comes, that of Vaisheshika. We were seeing that. Please read Bhasya from Atatritiya Paksha. Atatritiyapi Paksha.
अयम तु अस्मिन् तृतीये पक्षे विशेषः न नित्य प्रचलितं वस्तु नापि क्रिया एव कारकम् किम तर्हि
अथ तृतीयापि पक्षः यदा करोति etc. We already done it. Repeat it.
अथ तृतीयः अपि पक्षः यदा करोति तदा सक्रियं वस्तु यदा न करोति तदा निष्क्रियं वस्तु तदेव तत्र एवं सति शक्यं कर्म अशेषतः त्यक्तुम् अयं तु अस्मिन् तृतीये पक्षे विशेषः न नित्य प्रचलितं वस्तु नापि क्रिया एव कारकम्.
Stop. This is the third paksha, the proposition of Vaisheshika. See, when Atma does the karma, he certainly, he does, yes, when Atma does the karma, at that time, that Atma is Sakriya, active. When Atma doesn't do the karma, at that time, that Atma is actionless, Nishkriya. So therefore, it is possible for Atma to give up karmas totally when it is Nishkriya. This is what they say. And they point out, in this case, the earlier two defects are not going to be there. Ayam tu asmin vishesha, tritiya paksha vishesha. What is that? Atma is not nitya pragalita. Atma is not always active, as the first possibility was asked. At the same time, napi kriya eva karaka. Kriya itself cannot be the karaka, doer or atma. So therefore, earlier two defects are not going to be there in this paksha. Now the question is then what do you mean by that? Continue now. Kim
tarhi व्यवस्थिते द्रव्ये अविद्यमाना क्रिया उत्पद्यते विद्यमाना च विनश्यति.
Kim tarhi. Then what further? What you have to say? Who Vaisheshika is asked. He replies, you add there Swarupe Adhyara. Swarupe Vyavastite Dravye. In the Dravya, so this is where problem comes. Those who are not studied Vaisheshika school of thought, what is Dravya? Dravya can mean anything. Think substance. What are those substances? You have to go to the Paribhashika, which is Paribhasha. There, what is that? This technical terms. So, says Yada, whether is, answer is by Vaisheshika like this. Swarupe Vyavastite Dravya. We'll see what the Dravya is. When the Dravya is what? Remaining in its Swarupa, means without action. Avidyamana kriya utpadyate. Kriya, action, or you can also take karya, effect, avidyamana, which was non-existent earlier in dravya, utpadyate. It is what? It is born. Then, after remaining for a while in that dravya, what is happened? Vidyamana cha. That is that kriya which is now abiding, remaining in the dravya, vinashyati. It gets destroyed. We'll see what the defect in this. Before that, let us say what dravya is. According to Vaisheshika, there are 9 dravyas, 9 substances. They are Prithvi, earth, Apa, water, Teja, fire, Vayu, air, Akasha, space, Kala, time, Dik, that is the quarters, Atma, they say Atma is the dravyas thing, and Manas, mind. According to them, Atma by itself is not sentient. Knowledge principle is not in it. Then how? Atma Manas Sanyoga. When Atma and the mind get combined, united, knowledge takes place. Otherwise, Atma is just inert only. With the mind, it becomes sentient. Their way of thinking. Fine. So that Atma and Manas. These are the 9 dravyas, 9 substances, 9 things that constitute the entire world. That's what they say. Now let us see again. Swarupe vavasite dravya. When the dravyas, substances, remain in their nature without activity, then what happens? In that, utpadyamana kriya, avidyamana kriya. A kriya, action, also stands for karya effect, which was not present earlier, which was non-existent, is what born. And it remains there for some time in that dravya, means it is existent now. The kriya, the karya was earlier non-existent in the dravya. Now it is born. It is existent now in the dravya. The dravya is active. After some time, vinashyati. That kriya gets ended, gets destroyed, that karya ends. This is what they say. Then further what? Continue.
शुद्धम द्रव्यम शक्तिमत अवतिष्ठते इति एवं आहुः काणादाः तदेव च कारकम इति अस्मिन् पक्षे कहा दोषः इति.
So now, if that kriya, you have to think this way now, or you have to ask that person. If that kriya comes or born and goes, that is ends, how can that kriya yukta dravya be avikriya, changeless? Say, what you say is that kriya or karya comes, means is born, and it goes, means it ends, it gets destroyed. Then, how can that kriya yukta dravya, a dravya, substance, endowed with kriya, how can you say it avikriya? Actionless, changeless. You can't say that. So that's now you say, that he gives answer now. Shuddham dravyam. Shuddham dravya means substance, which is shuddham. Shuddha means what they mean is avikriya, actionless, avikriya, changeless. The Shuddham dravyam, Shaktimat avatishthate iti. It remains Shaktimat, means endowed with Kriya. It is endowed with Kriya Shakti. Means in the Dravya, the Shakti, the power of Kriya is latent. It is inherently in that. So therefore, Shuddham Dravyam Shaktimat Avatishtate. Changeless, Kriyaless, the Dravya substance remains endowed with Shakti, the power of Kriya. Evam Ahu Kanadaha. So, who tells this? Kanadaha Ahu. Kanadaha, the originator, Kanada. Kanada is the originator of Vaishya school. Their followers are called as Kanadaha. The followers of Kanada. This Kanada is our Indian atomist. Of course, dialectical atoms. He speaks of Paramanu, Anu, etc. A way of thinking. See, this is all how they originated. They all wanted to investigate what is the ultimate cause of this Jagat, Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara. And they went on doing that, discussing, debating, etc., etc. Different types of views started coming. You can find this in the beginning of Shvetashara Upanishad. Not being satisfied with the outcome of this debate, they started meditating in that certain level of their meditation. When they had withdrawn themselves from all the external world, therein it got revealed to them is there is some divinity principle which has got a Shakti power which otherwise you are familiar with the word Maya Shakti. So that is how it got revealed. That's why I see ascertainment of Atma that we take to with different ways, prakriyas and reasonings are the ways of understanding the ultimate declaration of the Veda Shruti. Nyaya, Tarka, reasoning as per the Shruti Sammata Tarka is accepted by Vedanta as a means, a secondary one. But the primary pramana, the primary means is what Shruti only. So this is what they think, that how that thought started evolving. So this is what they would take, Kanadaha. They are called Kanabhakshakaha. Those who eat Kana, atoms, etc. Now what happens? Tadevacha karakam iti asmin yes, Kanadaha. So Tadeva means what? That Kriya Shaktimat Dravyam. Tadevacha Karakam Atma iti. This is what they have to say. That Dravya, which is Shaktimat, is itself is what? Karaka. Karaka means here Karta Atma. That is Karta Atma. Iti. Iti who? Iti Kanadaha Ahu. What Khan said. Now, this is what This is, then he asked, in this Asmin Pakshe Kaha Doshaha iti. So Kanada Vaisheshika said, sir, please tell me, what is the defect in this stand? According to him, no, what is that? No defect at all. It is flawless. Up to here, Vaisheshika Purapaksha is over. Say they should be very careful in such lengthy bhasha, where who speaks, which is a statement of Purapaksha, with a statement of Siddhanti, with a statement of Ekadeshi, with a statement of an observer. So like this. In such cases, you should not go with Nanu also. Generally what happens, the moment Nanu comes, we think that it is Purapaksha. In the majority of cases, it is so. And therefore, common people, those who study Bhasha, we have not gone in deep depth of it, take for granted Nanu means Purapaksha. Actually, Nanu means it is like this. Na, no. Not indeed. Suppose a discussion is going on and someone wants to put forward his opinion. So he said, like now, raising the hand means I have got a point. In classroom, etc., the student raises the hand. Sir, I have to tell something like that. Not indeed. I don't agree with what you have said. Like that is the way, another way. But at times, not indeed. This phrase is used by Siddhanti also. That is why in Brahma Sutra Bhashya, Anandamaya Adhikaran, generally people do lagati, circus. Their Bhashyakara has used the Nanu, Siddhanti has used the Nanu, etc., etc., for putting for its craze, etc. And they take it their Purapaksha, etc. And finally he says, this is what I have to say. That Nanu word confuses. In fact, it happened few decades back. One of a student even asked me about something was, I don't remember the context. I think Taittiriya was going on. Taittiriya Bhashya. Anandamaya Kosha was going on. So she came and asked me, this is quite against what Brahma Sutra Bhashya says. We had read somewhere. At that time, I had not studied beyond Chatusutri. Then I knew this. This Nanu Gadbad is there at the fifth Adhikarana. So of course, I tried to explain, etc. Neither she was convinced nor I was convinced what I did. Afterwards, when I studied thoroughly the Brahma Sutra Bhasha, it got revealed. Generally, the word Nanu is used, of course, as far as the Gita is concerned, it is by Purapaksha only. It becomes problem in Brahma Sutra Bhashya. So you see, so we can't go with just Nanu. So here is something, it says, so Vaisheshika, sir, I have told you this, that Dravya, which is Shaktimat, not actual active, but potentially active, that itself is Atma, Karta, Karaka, the one who does, Karta, Atma. What defect is there in this stand? Now comes the role of Siddhanti. So what I said is, we should know precisely which statement is by whom. What is spoken by Purapaksha, what Siddhanti speaks, or some Ekadeshi, etc. We should very clearly, because this otherwise becomes confusion. You don't know what it is going on. Now the Siddhanti comes. So they go on like a dialogue it is. So Siddhanti says, read, Ayam eva
अयमेव तु दोषः यतः तु अभागवतं मतम् इदम्.
But stop there. My dear sir, this itself is the defect. Ayameva tu dosha. Just now I'm going to point you out now. This itself is a defect. What is that? Namely, yataha, because tu. Vijay, tu means objection, but. Objecting what he has said, but. What is that? Idam abhagavatam matam. Idam na bhagavatam matam. Don't jump by word Bhagavata to Bhagavata Purana. Anything related to Bhagavan is Bhagavata. What it means is, this is not in accordance with what Bhagavan has said. Means, my dear sir, you are talking something which is against the statement of Bhagavan Krishna in the chapter 2 of Bhagavad Gita. This chapter, Gita only. 16th verse. There we get the declaration of what is the truth. Na sato vidyate bhava, na bhavo vidyate sataha. We are going to come to that now. So, sir, what you are telling now is against what Bhagavan Krishna has told in the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, in the verse 16. So, it is not in accordance with the principle enunciated by Bhagavan Krishna. So that is how, that is ayameva dosha yataha, because it is idam. Idam means what you have stated now. Is abhagavatam matam, means it is not approved by Bhagavan. It is against what Bhagavan approves. To this, now see how the argument means. Now this is what the next sentence is by Purapaksha. Katham nyayate. Purapaksha, see, it should be clear about this. The Vaisheshika, sir, how do you know this? That what I told is contrary to what Bhagavan says. Now, Siddhanti replies, Vedanti replies. I hope you know who is Siddhanti. We are studying Vedanta. We want to know what Vedanta unfolds. So for us, the doctrine is Vedanta. Whatever Vedanta says is Siddhanta for us. And whatever one who speaks against it is Purapakshi. The contrary view. You should be clear about it. So the Siddhanti means Vedanti replies, sir, listen. Read.
यतः आह भगवान् नासतो विद्यते भावः इत्यादि.
Yataha yasmat Bhagavan Bhagavan Krishna has already told. What he has told? Asataha bhava na vidyate. Chapter 2, verse 16, Bhagavad Gita. Asataha bhava. Bhava is existence of an entity which is asat. Non-existent is never possible. Of course, we have studied thoroughly this verse while studying second chapter. just to remind you about these few words. Sat, Asat, Tuchha, Bhava, Abhava. In Vedanta, what we mean by Sat is Trikala Abadita Vastu. The entity which continues to remain in three periods of time without any change or modification, which has no beginning birth, which has no cause, which has no end destruction, and it doesn't change. That is Sat. Linguistically, Na Sat Asat means it is Sat is an ever existent principle. That in the entity which exists forever, Sat. Which is not that is what Asat. Linguistically means an entity which is never existent. But in Vedanta, by practice, by understanding, Asat word is also used for an entity which appears to be there, but truly not there, which is perceptibly available, existent. But if you inquire into that, it is not there at all. For which you are aware of another word, mithya. Mithya means not that which doesn't exist at all. Mithya is that which appears to exist but really not there. And there is one more word in there, that is tucham, the entity that never exists. In three periods of time, it never exists. Even appearance is not there. It's called tucham. So, linguistically, asat should mean tucham. But at many places, by mutual consent, the word asat is used for mithya, which appears to be there and which really doesn't exist. But here, that is, asataha bhavaha na vidyati. We cannot take that the tuchha, totally non-existent entity has no existence. Everyone knows that. Because it has no existence, which is non-existent. Here the asataha, the entity which seemingly appears to be there, but when inquired into, it disappears, it is not there at all. Mithya. So that asat truly doesn't have existence. Na bhavo vidyate sataha. Sataha abhavaha na vidyate. The word thing which is sat, we are saying trikal abhava. It has no abhava. Here abhava is total non-existence. Means a sat vastu can never end. It can never have non-existence. Asataha, a seemingly appearing entity, truly the existence is not there. And Sat, which always exists, can never be non-existent. This is what Bhagavan has said. This is the truth. Why this we told? See, the Jagat, and me a Jiva Samsari is experienced 24/7. How can you say it is not there? Yet, the truth is, neither Jiva, the Samsari, is there in reality, nor the Jagat in reality. Of course, Ishvara also included in reality. It's not Vyavahara. Vyavahara we have to accept because we got the help from Ishvara only. So that means the case says that an ever-existent entity, Sat, can never be non-existent. And an entity which seemingly appears to be there can never have real existence. Just like our dream. We are all jnanis as far as our dream is concerned. Is it not? After waking up, Paramatjnani said that dream is false. Do you not say that? Why? Your waking state experience has totally dismissed the reality of the dream. But when you come here, present 24/7 of hours, including dream, is a big dream. We have not woken up from that. When can we wake up from that? When we are aware, we experience. I am using the word aware of in the place of experience because some people have got some, what is that, prejudiced views about the word experience. Awareness cannot make any problem. When we are directly aware of our true nature, Chaitanya, free from cognitions, free from pratyas, free from the experiences of specific features in terms of Sukha, Dukkha, Drishya, Jagat. That is our awakening. Awakening to our true nature. It is called Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana. Therein, when you are aware of the Chaitanya, free from the cognitions of all that is falsely attributed, which is falsely superimposed, that time, when you are not aware of the Jagat, you are not aware of the either to Jiva Samsari, you are not aware of your body, that is the state wherein we are aware of our true nature. I'm specifically using the word, we are not cognizing anything. Because if you speak upadhi, some residual upadhi is there. In such state of antakarna, the antakarna samskaras are there which are necessary for us to have that state of mind, antakarna, to be aware of our swarupa. So, but we are not aware of that upadhi. It doesn't cause hindrances. Those samskara, sukshma samskara, though present, are not in any way obstructing our cognition. Of course, this is what is available. This in what is this? Our human embodiment. Our cognition is, of course, in Brahmaloka, that being aware of or Swarupa is much, much more clear than what we can experience, what we can be aware of here. But Bhashyakar remarked in the Kathopanishad, better gain knowledge here only. Don't wait for Brahmaloka because पास मिलना कठिन है. Entry is not easily possible. You have to take to lot of upasanas and karmas. And finally you find penny wise, pound foolish. All these upasanas are to what? To gain knowledge. What is wrong if you get here only? Enough to get freed from samsara. Enough to get moksha. So that is what our waking up to our true nature. Just as we wake up from dream to a waking state, from this long dream called waking state, further wake up to your Swarupa, wherein just as in waking, no trace of the dream, so also in this cognition, no trace of waking world, including jiva, including your body. Therein what? That is the Sat. It always exists. So with this, so asataha bhavaha na vidyate, sataha abhavaha na vidyate. What we have said? This Bhagavata Mata is what Bhagavan has already told, approved by Bhagavan. Ityadi. Fine. Why are you putting here? Now come on. How Kanada is wrong? What is told by Vaisheshika Kanada now is quite opposed to this. How? We'll see now. Continue.
काणादानां हि असतः भावः सतः च अभावः इति इदं मतम्.
Say, this is what this mata, this Vaisheshika mata is like this. Kanada mata, Vaisheshika mata. Kanada Vaisheshika is like this. What is it? He. See, he, what is it? He means because. What is because? This is what Bhagavata mata, nasato viditi bhava, etc. Whereas what Kanada means is right opposite to this. How we will see that. Kanadanam, in the case of Vaisheshika's Kanada, asataha bhava. And asat, here asata here is again see. Here asat you can't take mithya and non-existent entity. Problem with bhashas are such things only. That's why they say bhashya is prasanna gambhirya. That the outside prasanna, delightful. Ah, I know it. I know Sanskrit. What is that? Gambhirya. It has got very deep meaning, wherein we have to resolve all these such words. So mere Sanskrit language is not going to help. That's why the in-depth study is required. I don't. That superficial understanding is not what going to help. I heard this somewhere. Someone, Vedantic teacher only, was teaching Brahma Sutra Bhashya, Chatusutri, of course, Chatusutri. See, in such cases, you have to do a lot of homework while teaching. Even if you have studied earlier, at that time, if you are not able to resolve even a single word, everything goes haywire. You lose the track connections. Now this Mahabhaga was teaching and what? Chatusutri, Not simple Bhasya. With Ratna Prabha and further on Ratna Prabha, Purnanandiya. On Bhagavad Gita, there are many tikas. Ratna Prabha is one of the prominent tikas. What it does? Anandagiri tika and Bhamati tika, good points it amalgamates and gives Ratna Prabha. On Ratna Prabha, other Mahatma has written further tika, Purnanandiya. This person from Bhasya to Ratna Prabha, from Ratna Prabha to Purnanandiya entered. Having entered, got in the trap of Abhimanyu. You know Abhimanyu? He broke the Chakra, but he didn't know how to come out. He entered and he lost totally. Dunya go like round and round and round and round and round and round and made a mess of that one. Afterwards, Swamiji, today, yeah, I took that Purnanandi, but could not proceed. Why? When I read now, yes, this understood. It's clear. That, God, what happened? So, should be very careful with this. What is it called? What is that? Prasanna Gambhirya. It appears as though, yes, I can understand. But in-depth meaning should be very clear. They say, no, I don't know, they say, a surgeon, however experienced he is, before going to the operation theater, he should quickly glance at the anatomical structures. Very clear, where nerve is there, this is there, etc., etc. Then he knows, but still it is fresh. Like this bhashyas. Yes, you have understood, you have studied, but it can create confusion, even if little, what you call, dark spot in their understanding is there, which didn't get manifest earlier, but while teaching, it gets manifest. So that thoroughness is necessary. Well, yes. Kanadana bhi asataha bhavaha tatasya bhava iti idam matam. So, if you want to reduce the Vaisheshika matam, Kanadavata, whatever they are told now, from asataha, karya, etc., is only this much. What is that? What they mean to say is asataha bhava. A non-existent entity has got existence, and satahacha of an existent entity, abhava, non-existence. Existent entity ends to be existent. Non-existent entity happens to be existent. Against what Bhagavan has said. An ever-existent Sat can never have non-existence. And the thing which appears to be there, truly is not there, mithya nature. Even though it appears to exist, it cannot have any true existence. These are opposite. So, having heard this, to know it is either Vaisheshika or Sambandha. Well, sir, what you have told is correct. What is that? Vaisheshika Mata, Kanada Mata is opposed to, is not as approved by Bhagavan Krishna, accepted. But see, if something is given to reasoning, what is called as Nyayavat, reasonable, good reasoning. What is wrong if we accept it? What Kanada says, maybe, as you have said, against what Bhagavan has to say is not Bhagavad. Accept it. Yet, according to them, or according to Vaisheshika, what we say is given to reasoning and therefore it has to be accepted. Now, the lengthy discussion is going to start to point out, my dear sir, Kanada, Vaisheshika, what you say is not at all given to reasoning. It is not nyaya, anyaya, against reasoning. That is going to be now ascertained. Continue. Bhagavat Vyapi.
भागवतत्वे अपि न्यायवच्चेत् कः दोषः इति चेत् उच्यते.
This is Vaisheshika asked, Sir, Bhagavatatve api. Even though what Kanada or we Vaisheshika have said is Abhagavata, is not approved by Bhagavan Krishna, means accepted. Yes, what you said correct. Accepted. Yet, the api, even then, Nyayavachet, if what we have said or what Vaisheshika Kanada has said is Nyayavat, is given to reasoning, then there is Kaha dosha. What is the defect? Means it should be acceptable. Iti che. If you argue like that, who argues? In a Purvapakshi or even Vaisheshika Karana. Iti che. So that is Uchyate. Sir, here is the answer. Siddhanti. Uchyate Siddhanti means it is this. Now, what Siddhanti is answering is to show that, sir, what you said, what Vaisheshika has said, is not only not approved by Bhagavan, but also it is not given to reasoning. This is what Vedanti, Siddhanti has to say. Uchyate, sir, here is an answer to what you say. You have accepted that your doctrine is against what Bhagavan has to say. It is not approvable. But you claim that it is given to reasoning and therefore it should be accepted. Yes, I would have accepted it if it were given to reasoning. But my dear sir, it is not given to reasoning. Here comes now. How it is not given to reasoning? Uchyate. Siddhanti start. You know where, better make note of it. It is Purvapaksha, Vaisheshika, etc. Where Siddhanti start. It may be small, 1, 2 words, etc. One small phrase should be known. Means you know how the dialogue is going on. Uchyate. This is why here forward, afterward is what? Siddhanti. Continue.
दोषवत्तु इदं सर्वप्रमाणविरोधात्.
Sir, idam to means to refute what he has said. Idam doshavat. O Vaisheshika Kanada, what he has said, what is that? From abhava, the karya which was not existent earlier is born, and the karya which exists now is going to get destroyed. Means non-existent entity becomes existent one, and existent entity becomes non-existent one. this stand of yours. Says to your idam doshavat. Your statement is what? Defective. It is not given reasoning also. Why? Says sarva pramana virodha. It is opposed to all pramanas. No pramana, no means of knowledge, including inference, etc., whatever it may be, need not be direct perception. Any pramana cannot justify this. It is against it. The pramana virodha, it is opposed to all the pramanas, means no pramana can establish that. To this, the Purvapaksha Vaisheshika asks, continue,
Katham.
Katham, wait now. Katham, how come? I say it is given reasoning. How come? Come on, now the start, the answer starts.
यदि तावत्
Huh.
यदि तावत् जणुकादिद्रव्यं प्राक्-उत्पत्तेः अत्यन्तम् एव असत् उत्पन्नं स्थितं च किञ्चित् कालं पुनः अत्यन्तम् एव असत्वम् आपद्यते।
तथा च, continue.
तथा च सति असद् एव सत् जायते सदैव असत्वम् आपद्यते।
See, I'm not going into detail because you should know what is the things have come now. Dvanuk, Trenuk, etc. We should know what they are. Then only it will be clear. In short, what it means is, this is what it means. What is that? Asadeva sat jayate. Asat, non-existent one, is born as sat, existent one. And the existent one becomes non-existent one. In other words, if Bhasya continues, abhavaha bhava bhavati, bhavasya abhavayati. Abhava, non-existent entity becomes existent. And existent entity becomes non-existent. How? This is what you are telling. What is that? We'll see that how the process of creation, that will, when you study that, it will be clear. We'll see next class. Okay.
स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ